Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How often do you stop to think about what's happening to your body as you age? Have you ever noticed how easy it is to assume that stiffness, weakness, or slower movement is just part of growing older? Make no mistake, this doesn't have to be your reality. The truth is, much of this decline is not the inevitable result of time passing, it's actually due to inactivity. Your body is designed to move. When you stop moving, your muscles weaken, your joints stiffen, and your energy fades. But here's the good news. The more you move, the stronger and more energized you become. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Understand what's happening to your body. Aging is a natural part of life, but let me tell you, it doesn't mean you have to stop moving. It means just the opposite. Your body is constantly changing. And while that's something we can't avoid, what we can do is learn how to care for it differently as we grow older. Too often, people simply accept that as they age, they'll become stiff, weak, or slow. But the truth is, this decline doesn't have to be a given. Much of it comes from one simple factor: inactivity. Time alone isn't what's responsible for this decline. It's the choices we make each day, the habits we form, and the moments when we choose to stay still instead of moving forward. Take Linda, for instance. She was stuck in the cycle of doing less and less, believing that the stiffness in her muscles and the feeling of weakness were just things she had to accept. But here's the thing, this isn't inevitable. The less Linda moved, the weaker her muscles became. As her body lost strength, the simple act of moving became more and more challenging. And here's where the heartbreak lies. Every moment of inactivity made her age faster, inside and out. I can't stress this enough. Your body is designed to move, and when you stop moving, it reacts in the worst possible way. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, energy fades. It's like a car that's been left sitting in the garage for too long. The engine sputters, the tires deflate, and eventually the battery dies. But the magic happens when you reverse that pattern. The more you move, the stronger and more energized you become. I know this might sound too simple, but trust me, movement is the key to preserving your vitality. You don't have to start big or make drastic changes. Start small. If taking long walks feels overwhelming, begin with a lap around your living room. If you wake up feeling stiff, take just a few minutes to stretch before you even get out of bed. If stairs make you nervous, practice stepping up and down just 1 or 2 steps. Linda started with only 5 minutes of walking a day, that's it. And within weeks, she noticed a difference. Her legs felt stronger, her balance improved, and her confidence grew. She broke free from the cycle of decline. You're never, ever too old to start rebuilding strength and mobility. Let me tell you, your body is so resilient. It responds to everything you do every single day. The truth is that movement isn't just optional, it's essential. It's the foundation for staying independent, for living a life full of energy, and for holding on to your freedom. So don't wait. Take that first step today and feel the difference tomorrow. 2, stop accepting fatigue as normal. Let's get one thing straight. Feeling constantly tired is not just part of aging. It's not something you have to accept. Too many people fall into the trap of thinking that fatigue is a normal, unavoidable consequence of getting older, but let me tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. Linda was one of those people. She woke up every morning feeling drained if she hadn't slept at all. By afternoon, she was already craving rest, and by evening, she was exhausted despite doing little more than the usual daily tasks. It seemed like the natural course of life, but deep down, Linda knew something wasn't right. Fatigue is often a signal that something in your daily habits is off. not just a sign of age. The truth is, fatigue doesn't have to define you. It's a warning sign that something's out of balance. Too many of us ignore the simple things that wear us down, like inconsistent sleep, dehydration, and lack of movement. We go through the motions of our day, barely noticing how these habits drain our energy. But here's the kicker: dehydration can mimic exhaustion. Your body is constantly in need of water, and when you don't give it what it needs, it starts to send you signals that feel like tiredness. Are you drinking enough water? If not, that's a huge culprit. And what about your sleep? Is it restful? Poor sleep doesn't just leave you tired. It fogs your mind, lowers your motivation, and piles on unnecessary physical stress. How often do you wake up still feeling tired? This isn't aging. This is sleep deprivation. Your body is begging for rest, and it's up to you to answer the call. Then there's the issue of movement, or lack of it. Inactivity breeds fatigue. I know it sounds backwards, but it's true. The less you move, the more tired you feel. The more you move, the more your energy is replenished. You need to move to feel alive. Even small bursts of activity can make a world of difference. It doesn't have to be a rigorous workout, just something simple to get your blood flowing. Here's how you can start to turn things around. First, hydrate. You'd be amazed at how many of us confuse thirst for tiredness. Keep a water bottle nearby and sip throughout the day. Second, fix your sleep. Set a consistent bedtime. Make a routine. Skip the screens at least an hour before bed. Blue light from phones and computers messes with your sleep hormones. Create a calm environment, perhaps a warm bath, some quiet reading, or gentle music. Lastly, move more. Start with small actions. Stand up, stretch, take a brisk walk, whatever you can do to get your body moving. These small bursts of energy will add up. When Linda took these steps, she was amazed by the results. Within just a few days, she woke up feeling energized instead of sluggish. She realized that aging wasn't the problem, it was her habits. Fatigue wasn't her fate, it was the consequence of neglecting her body. But the power to change was always in her hands. Fatigue can be fixed with just a few simple tweaks to your daily routine. You're not doomed to feel tired all the time. You have the power to feel better, to feel more alive, to take back your energy. Start today and watch how quickly things can change. 3, your mindset matters more than you think. Let me be honest with you. Your mindset shapes how you age. It's not just your body that changes as you grow older, it's how you think about yourself, your abilities, and your future. Linda spent years stuck in a mindset that told her she was too old to exercise, to learn new things, or to change. That belief became a prison she didn't even realize she was living in. She felt defeated before she even started. But let me tell you, that kind of thinking doesn't serve you. It's a lie you've been told, or worse, that you've told yourself. The truth is that beliefs are powerful. If you convince yourself that you're too old to improve, you will prove yourself right. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you close the door to possibility. But here's the flip side. If you believe you can change, if you dare to challenge that limiting thought, you will prove that right too. You are never too old to move, regain strength, feel better, and most importantly, live life on your terms. The only thing standing between you and a better, stronger, more fulfilled version of yourself is the belief that you can do it. I know this might feel daunting, but let me offer you a challenge. Start today. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just take one small action. Drink a little more water today. Stretch your body in the morning before you get out of bed. Take a moment to stand up and move around if you've been sitting too long. Each small step you take is an investment in your future self, who will thank you for starting today. This is just the beginning of your journey. But trust me, the path you choose today will determine how you feel tomorrow. And let me tell you, there is so much more waiting for you just ahead. In the next section, I'll reveal a powerful, often overlooked factor that can help you stay strong, independent, and vibrant as you age. Stay with me. You won't want to miss it. 4. Sleep is your secret weapon. Linda had been making incredible progress. She was walking more, staying hydrated, adjusting her habits, but despite all of this, something was still dragging her down. There were mornings when she woke up feeling groggy, as if she hadn't even slept at all. Her legs felt heavy, and by afternoon, exhaustion would hit her like a brick wall. She was doing everything she thought was right, so what could be wrong? Then, she discovered the game changer sleep. Sleep isn't just rest, it's essential repair. Every night, while you sleep, your body works hard to rebuild muscles, restore energy, and sharpen your mind. It's during sleep that your body truly regenerates. But when you're not getting quality sleep, your body's natural repair process gets interrupted, leaving you running on empty, mentally and physically drained. Linda realized that her age wasn't the problem at all. It was the quality of her sleep. Does that sound familiar? Waking up still tired, tossing and turning through the night, or lying in bed for hours only to feel unrested despite being in bed for what should have been enough time. It's not just aging. You can fix this. The truth is that poor sleep can wreak havoc on your health, and it can hold you back from living your best life. But once you take control of your sleep, everything changes. Here's what Linda did. First, she set a sleep schedule going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Your body craves routine. When you create a consistent rhythm for your sleep, it starts to respond naturally. Second, she built a calming wind-down ritual, no screens an hour before bed, dimming the lights, and taking a warm bath to relax. These little steps told her body that it was time to unwind. Third, she transformed her bedroom into a sanctuary, no bright lights, no distractions, just pure calm. Her bedroom became a place of peace and rest. Within a week, Linda felt the difference. She woke up feeling refreshed, her mind was clearer, and her body felt stronger. The transformation was nothing short of incredible. She realized just how much her sleep had been holding her back. You deserve that too. Don't let bad sleep steal your vitality and energy. Take charge of your rest and feel the difference for yourself. Sleep is your secret weapon. You have the power to reclaim your energy, your health, and your clarity. Don't wait another day to make this change. Your body and mind are depending on it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. 5. Break the sitting trap. Linda was feeling amazing, sleeping better, moving more, and finally having the energy she had longed for. But even with all her progress, she was still facing one hidden enemy: sitting. How much do you sit each day? A couple of hours? Try doubling that. Most people, like Linda, don't realize just how much time they spend sitting. Linda used to clock in over 8 hours a day, meals, TV, phone, and, of course, work. She was hardly moving at all, and it was silently, steadily draining her strength. Sitting for long periods is far more damaging than we realize. It slows circulation, weakens muscles, and stiffens joints. Over time, you start to feel the effects. The simple act of standing up or climbing a set of stairs can feel like a major challenge. Linda didn't want to face that future, and neither should you. If we don't act now, our bodies will become prisoners of our habits. So she took control. The solution? Small, consistent actions. First, she made a rule to stand up every hour, even if it was just for a minute or two to stretch. It didn't have to be a grand workout, just a simple break. Second, she began moving during her daily tasks, marching in place while brushing her teeth, pacing during phone calls, stretching in front of the TV. She turned ordinary moments into opportunities to keep her body active. Third, she moved a natural part of her life. She parked farther away from the store, took the stairs instead of the elevator, and even started dancing in the kitchen while cooking. It wasn't forced, it was fun. And the results? Within weeks, Linda felt like a new person. Her body felt lighter, her legs stronger, and the stiffness that had once plagued her was gone. Movement truly keeps you free. The longer you stay sedentary, the harder it gets to move until one day, the simplest tasks feel like monumental struggles. Don't let that happen to you. Start today. Move more than you did yesterday. Your future self will thank you for it. Every small step you take today is an investment in your freedom tomorrow. In the next section, I'll share a simple, free trick that transforms your health, quickly improving everything from your bones to your mood. You won't want to miss it. 6, the one thing you're probably missing every day. Linda was on a roll. She had been moving more, sitting less, and getting the best sleep she'd had in years. Her energy was returning, her body felt stronger, and for the first time in a long time, she felt like she was finally in control of her aging process. It felt like everything was falling into place. But then, something surprising happened. One afternoon, as Linda sat on her porch, soaking in the fresh air, she suddenly felt like something was still missing. Despite all the progress she'd made, there was a nagging feeling that she couldn't quite shake. There were days when her joints still felt stiff, her mood would dip for no reason, and the sense of vitality she was starting to reclaim seemed to slip away at times. She just couldn't figure it out. That's when her doctor asked her a simple question that changed everything. How often do you go outside? Linda stopped and thought about it. Sure, she took short walks here and there, but most of her day was spent indoors reading, watching TV, or doing chores. She had never truly considered that spending too much time indoors could be the very thing that was making her feel off. What she learned next shocked her and turned everything she thought she knew about health upside down. Most people know that sunlight helps the body produce vitamin D, but what they don't realize is just how essential it is, especially as we age. Vitamin D does far more than just maintain bone health. It plays a vital role in keeping your muscles flexible and your joints pain-free. Without enough of it, your bones weaken, falls become more likely, and simple movements begin to feel more and more difficult. The real kicker? As we get older, our ability to produce vitamin D naturally decreases. That means if you're not getting enough sunlight, your body is missing out on one of the most powerful free health boosters available. Linda had spent years assuming her joint pain and occasional fatigue were just part of the aging process. But what if they weren't? What if it wasn't her age that was causing all these issues, but something she could fix? Determined to find out, she decided to make a simple change every morning. She stepped outside for just 10 minutes, no complicated routine, no extra effort, just sitting on her porch and letting the sunlight touch her skin. Within weeks, Linda could feel the difference. Her mood began to lift, her joints felt looser, and incredibly, she started sleeping better too. It was almost like a fog had lifted. And here's what's even more amazing. Science backs it up. Studies have shown that regular exposure to sunlight improves sleep, mood, immune function, and even brain health. This simple habit made an incredible difference in how Linda felt. And the best part, it's something that you can start doing today. So let me ask you, how much time do you spend outdoors? If your answer is not much, then it's time to make a change. You don't have to do anything drastic. Here's how you can start feeling the benefits today. Aim for just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight per day. Morning sun is best because it helps regulate your sleep cycle, but honestly, any time of day is better than none. Make it part of your daily routine. Drink your coffee outside, take a short walk after lunch, or simply sit by a window where sunlight can reach you. Don't forget to protect your skin. Wear sunscreen if you'll be outside for longer periods, but don't shy away from the sun, your body needs it. Linda couldn't believe how much of a difference this simple habit made. She was finally starting to feel like herself again, stronger, happier, and more energetic. But even with all these changes, Linda knew she wasn't done yet. She felt empowered by this newfound vitality, but she knew there was one more thing she had to do, something that would keep her body moving with ease and ensure that she would never lose her independence. 7, the simple habit that keeps you on your feet. One morning, as Linda bent down to tie her shoe, she felt that familiar, dull ache in her knees. It was subtle, but she knew exactly what it meant. Her legs were getting weaker. Even with all the progress she had made in other areas, walking more, sleeping better, and staying active, she realized that she hadn't been specifically focusing on strengthening her legs. And if she didn't act now, she knew what was coming next: difficulty standing up, unsteady balance, and an increased risk of falling. It was a wake-up call. Linda had seen it happen to so many of her friends. A simple fall, a fractured hip, and suddenly their entire world changed. The loss of mobility is terrifying. It's not just the physical limitations, it's the loss of independence, the freedom to live life fully. That wasn't going to happen to Linda. She was determined to make sure her body stayed strong, and her legs were going to be a priority. The truth is that your leg muscles are the foundation of your mobility. They are what keep you independent. Your legs support you every single day, and the moment they start to weaken, everything becomes harder. Standing up, walking, climbing stairs, all of these everyday activities feel like mountains to climb when your legs are weak. But here's the good news. It doesn't take much to strengthen them. You don't need a gym membership or hours of intense workouts. Small, consistent actions can make a massive difference. Linda didn't sign up for a gym. She didn't commit to grueling hours of exercise. Instead, she decided to make a change in her daily routine. She simply started doing a few minutes of leg exercises every day. And the results? Within weeks, she felt the difference. Getting out of a chair became easier. Walking longer distances didn't feel like a challenge anymore. Climbing stairs? She did it without hesitation. She felt empowered again. And if Linda can do it, so can you. You can start with just a few minutes a day, and the results will come. Small, consistent actions can keep you on your feet, free from the fear of losing your mobility. Here are 3 simple leg exercises you can start doing right now. Chair squats, sit down in a sturdy chair, then stand up without using your hands. Do this 5 to 10 times to wake up your leg muscles. Leg lifts while sitting. Extend one leg straight out and hold it for a few seconds. Then lower it and repeat on the other side. This strengthens your thigh muscles, which are critical for balance and stability. Heel raises, hold on to a sturdy surface, rise onto your toes, and then slowly lower back down. This strengthens your calves, improves circulation, and helps prevent swelling in your legs. The key isn't doing a lot, it's doing something every single day. Linda didn't overwhelm herself with complicated routines. She started small, and over time, those small actions added up to something incredible. Now, she moves with confidence, knowing that her legs can carry her wherever she wants to go, and that's exactly what I want for you, too. Losing mobility isn't just about not being able to walk. It's about losing your freedom. And that's something you can prevent. By committing to these simple daily actions, you're choosing to preserve your independence, to maintain the freedom to live life on your terms. Linda's journey wasn't about big, drastic changes. It was about small, consistent actions that, over time, made a huge impact on her health and quality of life. And now she had just one more step to go, a simple practice that would not only keep her body strong, but also bring her a sense of peace, clarity, and balance. It was something she had never tried before, but once she did, she realized she had found the final piece of the puzzle. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 8. The practice that transforms your body and mind. Linda had come so far. She was moving more, sitting less, sleeping well, soaking up the sunlight, and strengthening her legs. She felt better than she had in years. The changes in her body were undeniable. Her energy was returning, and she was gaining confidence with every step. But even with all the progress she had made, there was still something missing. Despite all the positive changes, Linda sometimes felt a deep, lingering tension in her muscles. A stiffness she just couldn't shake. Some mornings, she would wake up feeling like her joints didn't want to move. Her body was getting stronger, but this internal tension remained, making it hard to truly feel at ease. But it wasn't just her physical body that needed attention. The mental challenges were harder to ignore. With age came a new set of worries. What if she had a bad fall? What if she lost her independence? What if all the progress she had worked so hard for started slipping away? The fear of the unknown sat quietly in the back of her mind, and no matter how much better she felt physically, she knew she needed something more. She needed a practice that would help her not just control her body, but also her thoughts. That's when she discovered yoga and Tai Chi. At first, she was skeptical. She thought these practices were for younger, more flexible people, not for someone in her 70s. The idea of twisting, bending, or holding poses seemed intimidating. But after just 1 week of practicing, Linda realized something incredible. This was the missing piece. The tension that had been holding her back began to melt away. Her body felt looser, more balanced, and more flexible. Her mind, it became calmer, clearer, and more focused. And the best part, she could do it all right from the comfort of her living room. No fancy gym or expensive equipment, just a quiet space and a few minutes of dedication each day. If you've ever felt stiff, tense, or unsteady on your feet, this is for you. Yoga and Tai Chi are gentle, low-impact exercises that don't require flexibility or special skills, making them perfect for older adults who want to regain their strength, mobility, and mental clarity. They meet you exactly where you are. For Linda, each session brought not only physical relief, but peace of mind. As she continued practicing, she became more present and more aware of her body and its needs. The tension that had once felt permanent started to dissipate. And with each breath, she felt herself growing stronger, both in body and spirit. Her breathing became deeper, more intentional. And for the first time in a long time, Linda realized she was in control not just of her body, but of her mind, her thoughts, her life. This practice wasn't just about flexibility or strength. It was about reclaiming her peace, her sense of self, and her independence. 9, the secret to staying mobile for life. As we age, one of the biggest threats to our independence is the gradual loss of balance. At first, it's subtle. You start feeling less steady on your feet, hesitant to move the way you once did. You might avoid certain activities because they make you feel off balance. A simple step off a curb, reaching for something on a high shelf, or walking across uneven ground starts to feel like a risk. And then, one day, it happens. A fall, seemingly out of nowhere, takes away your confidence and sometimes even your independence. For many older adults, a fall is more than just a momentary setback. It can be life-changing. It can lead to hospital visits, long recovery times, and in the worst cases, it can mean losing the ability to live independently. Linda had seen it happen to her friends. She knew that a fall could change everything. The last thing she wanted was to let fear control her life. She wasn't willing to let that happen. That's when Linda discovered that yoga and Tai Chi are scientifically proven to improve balance and coordination. When she heard about the benefits, something clicked. She had always thought of these practices as being for people much younger or more flexible, but the evidence was clear. Yoga and Tai Chi could help her regain control of her body, and most importantly, her balance. So Linda started small, just 5 minutes a day. She didn't push herself to do complicated moves or long sessions. Instead, she focused on simple, gentle movements that stretched her muscles and activated her core. Slow, mindful movements helped her feel more grounded and steady. And you know what? It worked. Within weeks, Linda noticed something incredible. Her fear of falling started to disappear. The anxiety that had once held her back from moving freely melted away. She no longer hesitated before stepping onto uneven sidewalks. She felt stronger and more confident on her feet. Most importantly, she trusted her body again. The freedom that came with feeling steady and balanced wasn't just physical, it was emotional too. Linda's confidence soared. She no longer feared losing her independence. She had reclaimed control of her life, one step at a time. 10, more than just an exercise, a way to find peace. One of the most surprising benefits of yoga and Tai Chi isn't just physical, it's mental. For Linda, stress had been an old companion. She carried it with her wherever she went. She worried about her health, about what the future held, and about the possibility of being a burden to her family. These worries weighed heavily on her shoulders, creeping into her thoughts at all hours of the day and sometimes even keeping her awake at night. The constant mental noise felt exhausting. But then something incredible happened when Linda began practicing slow, mindful movement. For the first time in a long time, she started to feel lighter, not just in her body, but in her mind. Yoga taught her how to breathe deeply, to release the tension she had been holding on to for years. With each breath, the weight she had been carrying began to lift. Tai Chi gave her the tools to move with grace and control. But more than that, it helped her cultivate a sense of peace and focus that carried over into every part of her life. The stillness in her body brought stillness to her mind. Linda learned how to let go of the worries that had once consumed her. She no longer felt like she was constantly stuck in the past, rehashing old regrets, nor was she paralyzed by the fear of what might come in the future. For the first time in years, Linda felt truly present. She was no longer trapped by the weight of her thoughts. She wasn't anxious about what lay ahead or weighed down by the past. She was just there, in the moment, feeling good, breathing deeply, and at peace. And you can feel that way too. You don't need to go to a fancy studio or pay for expensive classes. You can start right at home with just a few minutes each day. The best part, anyone can do it. Here's how to begin. Start with just 5 minutes. Stand up, take a deep breath, and gently stretch your arms over your head. Let your body wake up, let it feel the freedom to move. Focus on slow, controlled movements. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, then lower it. Simple, right? This small act helps build balance and control, both physically and mentally. Don't worry about perfection. The goal isn't to master complex poses. It's to move, breathe, and feel good. Allow yourself to embrace the experience, not the outcome. The beauty of this practice is that it's not just about strengthening your body, it's about nourishing your soul. Linda found peace not by fighting against her body, but by listening to it. By moving with intention, she reclaimed her sense of calm and balance, and now you can too. So, what have you learned so far? We've talked about how small, consistent actions can transform your body and mind, and how simple practices like yoga and Tai Chi can help you reclaim your strength, balance, and peace. But now, it's your turn. What's one thing you've learned today that you're excited to bring into your own life? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below this video and share one thing that resonated with you and that you plan to practice from now on. Remember, your journey to a healthier, more vibrant life starts with just one small step. If you like this video, please leave your comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss out on more tips for living your best life. Thanks for watching, and let's keep moving forward together.